Most of you have been told that for kidney health, you need to be extremely careful with fruit, that the sugar and potassium will just make things worse. You've been told to avoid fruits like avocados, bananas, or even certain berries because they're risky or too high in potassium. But here is the hard truth. That conventional advice is outdated, and it's keeping your kidneys in a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation. By avoiding the right fruits, you're missing out on the most potent anti-inflammatory compounds nature has to offer. Today, I'm going to show you 4 specific fruits that don't just fit into your CKD diet, they actively work to shield your nephrons, lower your blood creatinine levels, and combat the hidden hormone causing your bone mineral decline. And the last one on this list? It's not just a fruit. It's a biological non-stick coating for your kidney walls. If you aren't eating these 4 things, you are missing the easiest way to naturally lower your creatinine today. Let's break down the science of why your doctor might be wrong about fruit and exactly how to use these 4 powerhouses to your advantage.
To understand why these fruits work, we have to move beyond just looking at potassium counts. We need to talk about FGF-23. When your kidneys start to struggle, even in the early silent stages of chronic kidney disease, your body produces this hormone, fibroblast growth factor 23, FGF-23, in response to imbalanced phosphate levels. It's intended as a corrective measure to keep your phosphorus in check. But when it stays elevated, which happens long before you see major changes in your blood tests, it becomes a primary driver of cardiovascular damage, stiffening of the heart vessels, and rapid bone loss.
The real enemy isn't just sugar. It's the systemic inflammation that drives FGF-23 into overdrive. When you have chronic inflammation, your kidneys are constantly working to filter out inflammatory cytokines. This is an exhausting process for your nephrons. This is where the right fruit comes in. We aren't just looking for low potassium. We are looking for biochemical information. We are looking for specific, targeted doses of polyphenols, enzymes, and soluble fibers that work with your kidneys to lower the systemic inflammatory load, which in turn takes the pressure off your FGF-23 production. Let's start with the most misunderstood fruit on the planet for kidney health. Fruit number 1 is the red grape. And I know what the standard advice says, grapes are high in sugar, stay away. But that advice ignores the skin. The skin of the red grape is loaded with a polyphenol called resveratrol. When you eat them with the skin, you're getting a targeted antioxidant dose that shields the nephrons, the tiny, delicate filters in your kidneys, from oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as the rust that slowly destroys your kidney filters over time. Resveratrol acts like a specialized cleaner and a shield. Now, I'm not saying you should eat a pound of them. That would be too much sugar. But I am saying that 3 to 5 red grapes a day is enough to trigger the biochemical switch that tells your kidneys to stop overworking. Think of it as a low-cost daily insurance policy for your GFR. It's about the quality of the information you're giving your kidneys, not the quantity of the food. Now, red grapes protect the structure of your kidney. But fruit number 2, this one actually helps clear the waste buildup. It's an enzyme powerhouse called pineapple. Most people have this in their pantry, but they only use it as a garnish. If you're not pairing this with your meals, you're missing the easiest way to naturally lower your creatinine today. Pineapple contains bromelain, a potent natural anti-inflammatory enzyme complex. Here is how it works. High creatinine is a byproduct of protein breakdown. If your body struggles to break down proteins efficiently, you get a higher load of waste for your kidneys to filter. Bromelain directly aids in your overall protein digestion.
By breaking those proteins down more efficiently in the gut, you reduce the overall load that your kidneys are forced to process, directly resulting in lower blood creatinine levels over time. It's a simple, actionable habit. A small slice of fresh pineapple with your main protein-heavy meal can drastically change your waste profile. If you're finally seeing why these simple, daily habits are so much more critical for your kidney function than just avoiding salt, do me a favor and hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that people are finally ready to choose actual science over these outdated, restrictive dietary myths. And I want to hear from you. Which of these fruits have you been avoiding because of bad advice? Drop it in the comments below, because I'm reading through them to build our next deep dive on CKD nutrition. Let's get back to the science.
Fruit number 3 is the cranberry. But wait, I said raw, frozen, or pure unsweetened extract. I am not talking about the sugary cranberry juice cocktail you find in the grocery store aisle. That stuff is toxic. It's loaded with high fructose corn syrup, which spikes insulin, increases uric acid, and creates a massive inflammatory load. That is the exact opposite of what your kidneys need. Real, whole cranberries are packed with A-type proanthocyanidins, or PACs. These compounds are a miracle for kidney and urinary inflammation. These PACs work like a non-stick coating for your kidneys and urinary tract. They prevent inflammatory markers and harmful bacteria from adhering to the kidney wall and urinary tract lining. By reducing that surface-level inflammation, you lower the overall immune response that is constantly exhausting your renal system. To get the benefits, you have to bypass the sugar trap. I want you to take a half cup of raw or frozen unsweetened cranberries and blend them into your water or a smoothie. It's a small change that produces massive long-term results. The fourth fruit is often dismissed because it's so simple. People think, an apple? Really? That's too basic. But apples are an essential tool for your CKD diet. They are low in potassium, they are naturally anti-inflammatory, and most importantly, they are loaded with pectin. Pectin is a form of soluble fiber that acts as a natural binder. When it moves through your digestive system, it binds to waste products, including toxins and excess creatinine, and helps you eliminate them through your stool before they ever reach your bloodstream to be filtered by your kidneys. Eating one apple a day isn't just about keeping the doctor away. It's about actively lowering the toxic burden your kidneys have to filter every single second. It's a filter assist that you can add to your life starting today for just a few cents. If you want to reverse kidney damage, you have to stop looking at food as just good or bad. You have to look at food as biochemical information. Red grapes for structural shielding, pineapple for waste clearance, cranberries for inflammation blocking, and apples for toxic binding. These aren't just fruits. These are your new daily non-negotiables for protecting your renal system. If you found this strategy helpful, you need to see my other video on the hidden inflammation markers you must track. Click right here to watch that next. I'll see you there.